What happens when a cat learns how to steal underwear along with hundreds of other items? Well, on this episode of Odd News Weekly, we have people eating bananas worth millions of dollars, mysterious people who say they're ambassadors for countries you've never heard before, and you have to stay to the end to hear about the story of a cat named Leonardo da Vinci, who's the best thief in the world. So strap in and get ready for a round of bizarre news only here at Odd News Weekly. And let's start with number 1. British kid saves £1,000 by learning how to drive on YouTube. Proving again that all you really need to learn anything is YouTube University, my alma mater. This kid from the UK binge-watched every single driving tutorial he could find, and he was able to pass the driving exam the first try. And I know, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? $1,000 for driving lessons?
What?
And yes, apparently in the UK, driving lessons can range from $1,000 to $2,700 depending on the school. How? Well, you know, I really hated it at the time, but now I'm really happy that my dad taught me how to drive for free, even if it did come with cussing and screaming at every corner. Okay, son, you're doing well. Now hit the brake. Did you hear me? I said brake now! Brake now! Well, yeah, so now you know, if ever you were in the market for an education in driving, well, get over to YouTube University. You can learn anything. Thank you, YouTube University. You are my alma mater, and I love you. But moving to some news in the arts, does anyone remember that banana that was taped to the wall that apparently counted as art? Yeah, someone ate the banana. Again. This piece titled Comedian caught a lot of controversy because, it's a banana taped to a wall at an art gallery. But yeah, as absurd as it is, a visitor came in and just ate the banana. And mind you, this banana was valued at $9.5 million. Even if I worked every day for 100 years, I would never be able to earn $9.5 million. My life worth is less than that of a banana taped to a wall. I feel better about myself. But yeah, apparently security dealt with it very quickly and they did not file any charges. And it's all because this artist, Maurizio Cattelan, said that this banana is a perishable product and that means it really does need to be changed every now and then. So it doesn't matter if someone ate it. Well, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. But actually no, it doesn't make sense at all because it's a banana taped to a wall. It's a banana taped to a wall. How's that supposed to make sense? It's about $9.5 million. It's more than I can ever make. I know this banana, man. Next thing you know, they're gonna frame underwear and they're gonna call it art. You never know. They might just do it. But you know what that means? Anything can be art. And that means anyone can be an artist. So why don't you go ahead and tape random stuff to a wall? Maybe you might earn $9.5 million. Who knows? I don't know if this artist was even expecting that this would do well, but there you go. You might just make a fortune. Good luck. Going from large fortunes to now very small things. That's what she said. Wait, what? Anyway, the world's smallest snake has now been found after people haven't been able to find it for the last 20 years. This is the Barbados thread snake, and apparently no one has been able to find it in the last 20 years. That's how small it is. Apparently it's so small that it can fit on a tiny coin when it's all coiled up. Since no one has seen it in a long time, everyone is pretty sure that this thing was extinct. And Barbadian scientists started feeling pessimistic after a year of searching. But they finally found this very small, very cute snake, which is an endemic species to the area. I mean, I know it's pretty small, but hear me out. What if we found other things that are smaller? Like people have found things that are microscopically small. So why don't we stop bringing the snake scientists to go over there and find the snake? Instead, we bring the worm scientists. You know, worms are pretty small. Imagine a worm scientist trying to find it instead of a snake scientist. Huh? Hey guys, I found it. Holy this thing is massive. But yeah, it's always a win for science to know that a species isn't extinct. Even if it is a snake, which I am very scared of, you know, I'm scared of snakes. I mean, who isn't? Especially if it's on a plane.
I have had it with these snakes on this plane.
But moving on to some news that's just downright strange. Have you ever heard of the country West Antarctica? Yeah, you probably haven't, but this guy swears he's the ambassador for that country. This man named Harshvardhan John. Harshvardhan John. I'm so bad at this. I mean, how bad was that? Is that offensive? I'm sorry, I can't read. It's my fault, it's my bad. Help me, editor. In India, this man named Harshvardhan John, I did it. Anyway, has been arrested for being the fake ambassador of the country West Antarctica, along with some other ones that he made up. Or I'm not sure if he made up, but someone made up, because I've never heard of these countries in my life. Here's a list of them. Seborga. Have you heard of a Seborga? No, probably. How about a Pulvia? No, never heard of a Pulvia? No? How about a Ladonia? No, not Ladonia either. Yeah, you probably never heard of them because they are micronations and they are probably made up, I think. And you know what else is made up? All the documents that was found inside the embassy, along with all the plate numbers on the luxury cars that were there. But the question is why? Why would you lie about being an ambassador of a made-up place? Why would you do that? I don't get it. Well, for money, of course. Offshore accounts, shell companies, and lots of people trusting this guy with their money. And he just over there pretending to be the president of La La Land. I don't know. Ladonia? I don't know. He's not the president. He's just an ambassador. So it's not really the same thing. But still, what the hell is a West Antarctica? Huh? But I don't really blame you because a lot of people fell for it because apparently he has a lot of pictures with other world leaders. And those are probably fake too. Those are fake too. But it's enough to probably get a lot of people to believe in him and give him their money. But I mean, West Antarctica? Really? Really, guys? You fell for West Antarctica? I mean, that's like someone saying, I live in East Korea. There's no East Korea, by the way, if you're wondering. There's no East Korea. And there's no West Antarctica. It's the Antarctic. There's no one who lives there. No one lives in the Antarctic. It's too cold. Well, there's scientists and there's like camps and stuff, but you can't live. Anyway, bizarre news, I know. Very strange. Very strange. But this guy's behind bars now, so that's good. But you never know. He might call the president of Antarctica and he might get him to save him. I don't know. Who knows what he could do at this point? Who knows?
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
This man was charged for a heist, except all he stole were a bunch of Pokemon cards. A guy who stole some Pokemon cards from a store in Massachusetts tried reselling them, and you know what, with the rarity of some of these items, it was very easy to track him down. And I know, your guys are thinking, what is this story? He's being put behind bars, but he just stole a bunch of pieces of paper with cartoons on it. Cartoon animals, Pokemon aren't animals, okay? They're like monsters, but like they're cute. Well, you know what? You might be thinking, oh, how expensive could these cards be? You know, how they're just a bunch of cards. What kind of value would they even have? Well, let me tell you, these are the values of those cards. Let me tell you, bang! There you go. That's the value of the cards. That's right. You know, we were just talking about the $9.5 million banana that was taped to a wall. Well, these don't really add up to $9.5 million, but they still do add up to more value than I am worth. Definitely. They're much more than my net worth currently. So, I'm worth less than a bunch of Pokemon cards. What is happening, man? Maybe I need an investment or something? How does that work? Investing? I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch a video. Or maybe I should watch some tutorial. YouTube University. Save me. Make me rich. I don't know if that's how it works. But anyway, also, what hurts me is the fact that I used to have Pokemon cards when I was a kid. I had a lot. I could have been a billionaire by now because I had so many Pokemon cards. Who knows? Maybe one of them were these cards that cost that much. Who knows? Man, I keep messing up. I would have been rich by now if I just had Pokemon cards. I don't know. Well, this must be a shock to you because it's Pokemon cards, but this guy's now being charged, and with the total sum of $100-something thousand worth of Pokemon cards that he stole, that's a hefty sentence. That's a hefty sentence. That's a lot of money that he tried to steal. And the Pokemon market is actually getting bigger and bigger by the year. So over time, these prices could actually increase, which is kind of crazy. It could actually go even higher. So, moral of the story is, friends, keep your cards, you know, just keep them in a shoebox. Make sure you don't lose them. You might get a lot of money out of them. You might be rich. And also, don't steal, okay? No stealing. That's never good. I mean, that's, we don't need to say that. Just don't steal, okay? Anyway. Well, moving on, in another edition of world records that exist but probably shouldn't, this guy is back at it again, popping balloons as quickly as possible. Have you heard of David Rush? Maybe you haven't. He also introduces himself as David Record Breaker Rush. and he has the most world records in the world. He's so good at breaking world records, he broke 15 of them in one day. Unemployed friend on a Tuesday afternoon, am I right? Am I right? That's me. I'm a waste of space, and I keep doing some stupid stuff, except, at least this guy's breaking records. I'm just at home, not really doing anything, so, I don't know. But anyway, he's now breaking the world record of popping balloons between two people as quickly as possible. And he got the time to 7.5 seconds to pop 10 balloons. Woohoo, I guess. That's an achievement. That's something. Maybe, you know what, I have a lot of time. I have some free time. Maybe I should start breaking records. Who knows what I could achieve? 7.5 seconds for 10 balloons? I could do that. I could do that. Just you wait. I'm gonna be next up. I'm gonna catch you, David Record Breaker Rush. Me next. Balloon popping. Anyone could do that. Just kidding. I don't know. Probably good at what you do. Congratulations. I need to do something with my life. But moving on to bigger things, an arcade in the Philippines now has the largest claw machine in the world. Woo! Filipino pride, let's go! Proud to be Filipino! This arcade in Cebu City in the Philippines now has the world's largest claw machine, and you're probably wondering, how big is this claw machine? Claw King, the largest claw machine, was measured at 17 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 12.73 feet tall. And you need a ladder to get in and out of it, so it's that big. It's pretty big. That means massive plushies inside as well. And it really makes me wonder, with the size of the plushies, the size of the claw machine, how much does it cost to get one try? And they probably only accept like massive coins too. Massive coins, maybe. Oh man, I failed again. Okay, now I need another try. Oh man, I failed again. Okay, one more try. Let me get my coin. Ugh. No wait, this isn't my coin. I need to get the real coin. Ugh. That's my coin joke. You like my coin joke? It's like big claw machine, big coin. It's funny, right? I prepared that. Like I wrote it and I prepared it and stuff, so it's pretty funny, pretty good, right? I try. Yeah, well, anyway, large claw machine and also Filipino pride, woohoo! Anyway, moving on to things that are big, to things that are kind of small, kind of regular size. There's a new shark species. It's a late entry to Shark Week, but there's fossils of an ancient shark that's been found that date back 340 million years. And guess what? This was found in a national park in Kentucky. Kentucky. Who would have known? Sharks in Kentucky. What are sharks doing in Kentucky? That doesn't make sense in my head, that there would be sharks in Kentucky. I'm confused. Maybe they'll come up with a Kentucky Fried Shark. KFS. Is that a funny joke? I don't know. But anyway, they say that the discovery of the shark could lead to a better understanding of the marine life in the area. Here at Odd News, we're all about learning more about marine life, any kind of ecology, in any kind of area. We're happy to see progress and discoveries every single day. Even if the shark is, honestly, it's kind of an ugly shark. If you look at it kind of closely, it's not a very pretty shark. I've seen, great white sharks, they're kind of sharp and they look kind of good. They're like good looking sharks, but this one's kind of ugly. But that's my opinion, I guess. Also, who knew that sharks could be in national parks? Why are they in national parks? Now I feel like sharks can be anywhere. Now I'm scared. Why would they be in a park? Huh? Watch out for trips to the lake, you guys. You never know when there could be ancient sharks or stuff, but it might just be a fossil, so you're probably fine. Enjoy yourself. And speaking of marine life, this guy's car hood has live fish in it. In this week's edition of Things That Make You Go, huh? This guy has live fish in his transparent hood, and it looks insane. It looks insane. I mean, huh? But also, why? Why? So here's the story. The reason for this was because this guy was driving home from a fishing trip where he forgot a container for his fish that he caught, but incidentally, he found a section of his hood that he can put fish inside of, and he drove home with the fish in his hood. And that's how the transparent car hood aquarium thing came to be. Wild. It's wild. He didn't think of getting a bucket? A bucket, sir. Find a bucket. We don't want to put fish in the hood of your car. Find a bucket, sir. Find a bucket. And apparently this looks so crazy in its pictures that people wouldn't believe it wasn't AI. But lots of local Chinese media outlets had confirmed the bizarre vehicle. And man, you know what? I guess he's pretty resourceful. He couldn't find a container for fish, he just put it in his hood. It's still very strange. Why? Why would you do that, sir? Why? Don't car hoods get really hot? Like, or if you're driving, your hood gets really hot. Remember, you get home, you get fish stew. You cooked your fish in your hood of your car. Sir, think about that. You might have cooked your fish. Cooked fish. I don't know anymore why people do these things. And with this show, there's so many odd, bizarre things. I just don't know how it could be. But, it's a cool thing to see, honestly. If I saw that on the road, I'd be like, oh my god! Wow! Good on you, car man. But also, why? And now for the last story of the night, my personal favorite. There's a cat that steals underwear in New Zealand, and his name is Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. What? Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. What? Who made this name? Who made this name? This has got to be top 5 of most legendary cat names I've ever heard in my life. Leonardo da Vinci. It makes me laugh every time. But apparently in Auckland, this 14-month-old Tonkinese cat has come home with 150 different items that were stolen only in the last 9 months. He brings them home and just leaves them on the floor. And get this, apparently, the stolen items include brand new jerseys, lots of underwear and sports bras, socks, and even stuffed toys. And Leo's biggest heist is apparently a 5-foot-long stuffed snake. He loved it so much that he stole it twice. The owner apparently uses a local WhatsApp group to make sure all these items get returned to their prospective owners. But man, Leonardo da Vinci! Da Vinci! He pinches them! He steals! Leonardo, that is legendary, you guys! The story is the name. I don't care about what he steals. Maybe he steals some underwear, some bras, whatever. But Leonardo da Vinci? Who gave him that name? I need to shake their hand. Because man, that is the best cat name I've ever heard in my life. Leonardo da Vinci. God is too good. They need an award. But still, this is a funny cat. And if I had the cat with the abilities of Leonardo da Vinci, I would start an evil thief cat syndicate where he could train other cats to also steal other items, and they could all bring them to these undisclosed locations, and I would make an evil cat ring of thievery. Then I would be rich. And then maybe by then, I could have the net worth of a banana taped to a wall. That's my life, so. But Leonardo da Vinci! And also, that concludes our 10 stories that are most bizarre, that are crazy, that are odd, and fitting for Odd News Weekly. And man, we had some crazy news this week, as usual. And as usual again, we'd love to hear all of your craziest stories from this week, so let us know in the comments down below, and let's have a conversation over there. And all I have to say is until next time, stay odd, friends. Bye!